Foot in the Door follows creatives on their journey in their industry. From bright leaps forwards to the frequent steps backwards, these stories are underpinned by the music which has guided our guests on their career path so far. Join me and my guests on Melodic Distraction every fourth Sunday of the month to get a behind-the-scenes insight into their lives. Follow in the footsteps of the people who are already doing it with Foot in the Door. Hello, and welcome back to Foot in the Door with me, Joe B. For this month's edition of the podcast, I am joined by freelance photographer, video director, and owner of the Creative Street Studio, Marieke Macklon.
Hello.
Hello. Marieke, you've been working in the photography film industry since 2009 and have amassed a stunning portfolio of work. Inspired, drawing on music, cinematography, 60s and 70s style, amongst other inspirations. Today we will be chatting through Marieke's journey today, from honing her craft as she grew up in the Netherlands to become head of photography at Green Man Festival, as well as co-owning her own studio. And Marieke's also picked some tunes that have underpinned her career path so far. Marieke, welcome to Foot in the Door. How are you doing?
Really good. Thank you for
What
having
an introduction.
me. I know. It's so wonderful.
I know.
I'm blushing.
How you just come back from your holiday, actually, haven't
Yes.
you?
Yes.
How was?
Divine, peaceful, tranquil.
Yeah.
Just
Anglesey?
me. Anglesey.
Yeah.
Just myself, some horses, some sheep, sound of the sea. Ideal.
That sounds lovely.
It's so good. Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on Foot in the Door today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, it's an absolute pleasure. And although I did provide the introduction to your stunning career to date, I did want to know a little bit more about you as an individual.
Oh, okay.
You sound like you've had an interesting start. Like,
yes.
You grew up, you were born in Glasgow?
Yeah, born in Glasgow, and then and then my dad's a gynecologist.
Okay.
My mum's a classics teacher, and they both actually met as a cappella singers, and they obviously made a family, and they both met in Edinburgh, had me in Glasgow, and they thought, let's go back to the Netherlands where my mum's from.
So gynecologist, a cappella meeting.
Yeah,
that sounds
meeting.
Like the start of a film or something.
I mean, one day I'm hoping to film it, but it's an interesting mix. But then, and then they had my younger brother in Rotterdam, and then just stayed there. The plan was to come back, but they saw some potential in the Netherlands, really.
Yeah. What was it like growing up in the Netherlands?
Pretty good. I mean, it's a very white country, so it was very, very clean, and very, at least where I grew up was, small town, not much creativeness, and the schools were a bit, no offense, but a bit bland. But then I found a school where they were just providing arts and music, and so I really grew up. After I found myself around the age of 12, I was like, found the school.
Okay.
But it's a really good country, lovely people, very tall, so I did not really fit.
Tall. I went to Best Kept Secret last year.
Yes, amazing
great festival. We were like the only English people there, which was kind of fun. And everyone was very welcoming and great crack. Like,
they love the Brits.
Yeah, they do.
They do, like Britpop, oh my God.
Yeah. What is it with the Britpop thing?
It's I don't know. I think since like the Kooks and all the like Blood Red Shoes kind of vibes, everyone just went mental. And then obviously the Beatles and stuff, but the music festival, they do it really well.
They do. And very, like, I know this kind of stereotype, but very tidy, very clean, very nice.
Yes, yeah. But they'll tell you how they feel. They tell you, they have opinions, but some are quite nice to hear, and sometimes you're like, I didn't even ask for that, but fine, I'll take it. They have good crack for sure. So
a lot of your portfolio, which we're going to explore a little bit later, is centered around music. In fact,
very much.
Yeah, the majority of it. So how has that started? Like, how much does music mean to you?
Oh, so much. It really has. Obviously, both my parents are singers, and actually the whole entire family is very musical, so they just sort of just pushed like every single instrument in our faces. So I play accordion, piano, not well, didn't keep it up that long, and then they tried, I'll try guitar, and then I was like, bam, nice. That was amazing. So I fell in love with like guitar and trying to do these fake solos in my bedroom. And then obviously the music, my dad's a big Eagles fan, and my mum loves like classical music, so that whole combination of classical and rock really influenced my life. And then found my own style, and then it's always been a massive influence in my life, music, always surrounded by it.
That's great to hear, and I guess that goes hand in hand with a lot of the work that you put out there. You said on your website the first piece of work you did, the first gig that you had where you photographing was for All Time Low in
massive.
2009.
Yeah, and I was literally 14. So I wasn't,
Wow.
I think I was not even legally allowed to be there. But my aunt is a photographer, and she said, "Oh, you have an eye for it." So I was like, "Okay." And then slowly but surely was influenced by music, and I thought, right, there's this band playing in Amsterdam I really want to photograph. And then she helped me to write an accreditation email to this magazine. One way or another, I got paid to do this gig.
Wicked.
Which is not technically allowed still, but I just lied about my age and told them I was 16, which is sort of a legal age to work. And, you know, by my face, when I'm 16, I still look 12. So it was a bit of a gamble. But then I arrived and they're like, "You're a photographer?" Yeah. And then somehow they said, "You want to meet the band?" I was like, I mean, fine, I will. Why not? Low key, really freaking out because I fancied all of them at the age of 14. And then meeting the band I was about to photograph, I was like, okay, keep it cool. And then obviously I had a group photo, which was really cool, which I sent you, I think. Yeah. And then you can tell on my face, I was very, very happy to be there. But then we started chatting and then photographed the show, and they used some pictures. And
no way.
And then I think after that, I was like, fuck yeah, this is what I want to do. Yeah. Like connect with some bands, but photograph their excitement and their stage performances. And I just felt cool being 14 and seeing all these people being quite like, who's this person or girl like standing there? I'm like,
New kid on the block.
I had no idea what I was doing. I was like, okay. But bloody fell in love with it.
Can you remember what camera you were using?
Yes, it was a Sony A300S or something. So it was my first DSLR camera that I bought with like a flip screen, so I could, as a short person, like, this is handy, so I could just hold the camera and just see the band. And it was scary. And obviously other photographers are all older and have big cameras, and I'm just like there, but I didn't give a shit. I loved it.
And that's something. That's a attitude you should embody, I think, throughout life. Anyway,
I thought my parents allowed me to go.
I know. Good on your parents.
Because we didn't live in Amsterdam. I had to take the train
on your own.
On my own.
At 14.
Yeah,
go ahead.
At like 8 p.m. at night, and I was like, it mad. Yeah. It really was. But they've always been supportive. They've always dropped me off at gigs, and I've photographed the school bands or
wicked.
Good support
system. So you've been building your skill, honing your craft from an early age then?
Very much so, yeah, because I couldn't really do anything else. My family's quite academic, and I'm like, you know, you can throw me a book and I'll just throw it back right at you. I would not, it did not work. But doing things like that, that's
so good. I feel, if you put all your effort into one thing and you're good at it, which you obviously are, from what we've seen, you've shown us some images and some photos you took the other day in Sefton Park, which were unreal. I won't say too much about that, but
I can't say too much, but it was. It actually really excited me again, because I've been doing photo studio shoots for a couple of years again, and it allows you to do lots of stuff, but when you're outside, it really forces you to think outside the box, and you don't have limited type of light. And we shot it at night, so only had a flash really, or like a little portable light, and that was it. But quite happy with the shots.
Yeah, they looked amazing.
Thank you.
So you've come a long way since 2009.
Yeah, a wee bit. Yes.
Just a wee bit, yeah.
A wee bit, yeah.
So I think it's time. That lends us nicely to our first song.
Oh, yes.
A fantastic tune.
Oh my God, thank you.
Queen with Breakthrough.
Yeah. Have you seen the video?
I have seen the video.
So good.
And the album artwork for this is
one of the best. Because that album actually really made me fall in love with everything, and just realised, okay, this is, after the gig, I jumped into the whole Queen world. And I mean, their production of every single music video is just incredible. Yeah. But their music but the Miracle album especially, that really was a turning point for me. But the music video of the song The Miracle is also bloody random, but I love it. It's just them younger selves and them, but why? Okay, fine. But the Breakthrough song, On a Moving Train, who knew?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
What a tune.
So good.
What a tune.
So good. Like I'm on a train.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
Really? And it's on the train.
Yeah, and we just spoke about that, didn't we?
Yeah.
The amalgamation of the artist and the director, their brains coming together.
It's so satisfying.
It is. And so those things aren't done accidentally.
No, literally, they've smoked some shit. It's really good. Yeah.
We spoke earlier about you starting your career. I guess it's not really a career at that point, though, is it? When you're 14.
Oh God, no! It's more of an highly interest hobby.
Yeah. And how do you turn something that you really enjoy doing at 14 into what has now been, how long is your career been now?
Well, I'm 29. So
Okay,
yeah,
we don't need to talk numbers. We don't need
15 years, of like just keep on going. But yeah, no, it was a turning point, I think, when I moved to Brighton at 17, because I thought, right, the music industry is amazing there, lots of cool bands, and it's close to London, and that's where I could really embody this new career life I want. So I moved in with a bunch of musicians, and that kind of helped connecting with artists, and that. So it's important to put yourself in a location or some sort of an atmosphere situation where you're surrounded by something that you want to do. That makes sense.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
And that means that you can embed yourself in the sort of creative culture.
Yes, really good. That's a beautiful word. Yes, but that's really true. It really, I think if I lived in, say, a city like, I don't know, Durham, that's very focused on academia, and then I would not grow there.
No.
But
Brighton's an amazing place.
It's so cool.
Only been a few times, but every time I've been, it's like, it's cool.
It's a bit of like a Narnia place.
It
is.
Felt,
or like, what's the other, Neverland? Neverlands? What's the word? It's not Neverlands. What's the Peter Pan one?
Neverland.
Neverland. Yeah, no one really grows up in a way, sort of do, but everyone's just very chill and want to create, and everyone's just carefree there.
It's a very good vibe.
Yeah.
I feel that. How do you go about, as a 14-year-old, then you moved to Brighton at 17.
Yeah.
How are you teaching yourself? Did you do any qualifications or anything?
I studied for 1 year at Brighton City College, like photography, and after that I was like, no, I don't want to photograph a water bottle on a bench in the sunlight. That's not what I want to do.
No?
So I finished it and thought I can do way better. I was a bit, not cocky, but I was a bit like...
confident.
Yeah.
In your own ability?
Yeah, because I already did like little courses in the Netherlands of like photography, night courses after school, and I sort of gained a lot of information from that. So I brought that with me, and after photographed so many bands already, I felt like I already knew what I wanted to do, and this course wasn't giving me like, how do you get in touch with these people? I really had to teach myself to do that. And I'm an Aquarius apparently. So
I'm an Aquarius.
Are you?
I am.
Nice one.
Yeah.
I have no knowledge of how this all works.
Neither do I. I just know that I am an Aquarius.
Yeah, that we're both very sociable apparently. I don't know. So that helped to know that I love talking to people, and I love introducing myself and getting to know other people's talent, and so that was that was an added bonus to help me push and put myself in scary situation by walking up to someone and introduce myself, and
because it can be intimidating.
Yes. So scary. I literally pitched my pen so many times.
These people that you're photographing,
yes,
I get that one out.
That word is a demon.
I
can't say it sometimes.
Are often mysterious, maybe slightly inflated ego sometimes. Not all.
Oh no, but come on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's creative. Everyone has this somewhat of a
and you're asking them to sort of help you out in a way, and you're helping them out.
Yes.
It is transactional, but at the same time you're looking for something else.
You have to find that middle line of like, you don't want to come across like, give me work, but you also want to come across like, I want to work with you.
Yeah.
So you have to find a way where it will benefit them as well as yourself. So I've learned a lot by just photographing bands and little gigs and asked 20 quid for it, or sometimes done it for free, but knowing that this artist, okay, sounds good, they might become good. So I photographed like bands like Royal Blood before they got massive, like had a little gig in Hopper, or was it Green Door Store or something, or even Nova Twins, photographed them at Green Door Store. Look at them doing that huge now, and all these little gigs that the bands have now blown up, and it's so nice to see that I've like, because of that, I'm like, okay, I'm now in. It has helped me a lot. But just do it.
Yeah, and does that mean you take those images to other people and say, look what I've done?
Oh
previously?
Yeah, like like those wallets that just flip out. I used to have like the old school, like you have to print out your pictures and put them in a big portfolio map or something. Yeah, and now obviously then like Flickr or like any website that helps you promote that was easier. So I just send them the link on. I've learned a lot from my aunt, but also my own experience that you just have to send emails and just introduce yourself. Yeah. Like before Instagram, Instagram was like abysmal. It was not a thing. It did not exist.
Is
that right word?
Yeah.
But yeah, so it really forced me to show and have pictures on my phone and like just literally just shove it in their faces. when they've asked for it.
I know.
Obviously, it's not like, "Hi, Marieke."
You need to be pushy though, otherwise you're not. No one's going to know who you are.
Oh yeah. Well, with my name, it was a helpful thing. You're like, "Oh, you're Marieke." Like, yes, that's me.
Yeah.
So they would like, "Oh, you're the one with an unusual name." Like, yes, that's me. And then slowly it became, "Oh, Marieke the photographer," or "You're the Dutch girl," or like whatever. So that sort of became my brand.
Right.
So, I hate
I know,
that, but
you are branding yourself.
You are branding yourself.
Yeah.
So that really helped to get myself into like gigs and stuff, and just also become mates with them because everyone's dead friendly.
Yeah.
And they want to have pictures. You want to just help them out.
Yeah.
And also hang out with them. Some of them were super cute, so that helped. Some of them weren't, but that's okay. Yeah.
And also, you already into that sort of music, so you getting paid to sort of listen to the tunes as well.
Oh my god, free gigs, 100%.
That's such a benefit of the job.
Yeah, definitely. I was like, oh my god, this is the coolest thing. Yeah, I just every time I still am so grateful. This is the best job.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And the kit you use, the camera equipment, I guess for someone that's looking to start out, is that a barrier to them?
Not really. No, if you're good, you're good. If you're shit, you're shit. You can have the best camera, but if you photograph shit, then good luck to you.
Right.
It just grow. You have to grow your skill. So no one's amazing at the start. Sometimes they are, and that's great. But you don't. It's currently everyone's like showing, "Oh, this is my new kit," or cameras have keep on being released, and you get the pressure like you have to have this 4K camera.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have $5,000 in my pocket just to spend on this thing.
No.
And then so I slowly just start, okay, what am I comfortable with just now? And then, but even now, you see people now with like camcorders making amazing stuff.
Yeah.
So it really is on the, you have to be good.
Okay, on that, before we play your next tune, I want to know how did you find your eye for a photo? Like, what's the secret for you?
It was, that's such a good question. I feel like it's always learned, especially with light. I've always had a visual eye without the camera. Like, oh, I love when the light falls. I'm obsessed with light, like golden hour. And I'm like, oh, I fucking wish I had my camera. It's every time I see a beautiful angle, I want to capture it. So, like on my trip, I was like, I just need to freaking capture this all the time. It's so good.
I saw that on the Instagram stories. They were some great photos.
Thank you. It was on my phone. It was like, great. Like, there's a cow and there's a horse. But yeah, no, it's very much important. Hello, listeners. This is very much important to, for me at least, I can find something that makes me like want to be there. That makes sense. Even with gigs, if I photograph an artist that just stands still, I won't be there for long because it doesn't make me want to be there. So any shots that I've created, I've always wanted like, what, do I want to be there? Yes. Okay. And then
that's such a cool way to put it. You're basically trying to position the viewer of the photograph in there.
Yeah, even like when I was at the age of 14, I took some pictures and it ended up in this magazine, this like teenage school magazine, and it just had pictures of my feet next to a pool or something, or like photos of like my brother looking like Justin Bieber because that was the phase.
That was the phase,
and that was like put in a magazine.
Very Tumblr going on.
It was very Tumblr,
right?
I had the emo hair and everything, and that was like that also showed like, oh, they see even my pool photo with my feet. They think that's beautiful. So that really boosted my confidence. Like, oh, I do have an eye for this. So it's a nice acceptance or a nice realization when other people see that you can do it or that they like your work.
Okay. Yeah. So you're getting validated in some way.
Yes, it's very important. Cool. Yeah, because it doesn't keep me going. People don't say, oh, that's a good photo.
Right. Right.
Because I mean, sometimes it's fine. Don't need to hear anything, but it's not. It's just a nice boost. Like it's like as if like a nice
that's
family
natural.
member just gives you like a little.
That's 100%.
Cuddle.
I think that's very valid. And if you are taking photos for other people to see them.
Yeah, you want them to make.
You're not doing it for yourself.
Yeah, photograph Beth, and I want to make her feel like sexy and empowering woman, and I hopefully made her feel like that. So,
I love that. And I have seen some of the photos. I think. Have I? Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
And they're great photos.
Yeah,
so smashing it.
Thank you.
Next tune. You laughed when we were talking about this one downstairs.
Oh my god.
Why?
Yeah.
Why did you laugh?
Because the punk emo scene is. Yeah, I obviously don't want to admit this, but I was obsessed with that music, and now I'm like, ugh. But still, actually, the song I chose, I do love this song. But it really shapes the All Time Low and Avril Lavigne and all that like sort of grungy music that really defined my live photography at that time, and really shaped like, okay, I like this like high energetic gigs, and it really sort of made me happy. So this is sort of one of the songs that just shaped that
And
push.
Sum 41.
Yeah.
Fat Lip.
Yeah, here
Let's
we go.
get it. What a tune.
Every time I hear it, it's just it's bringing me back to that time.
Nostalgia?
2008, 2009, you know.
Love that.
Oh God.
So we spoke about how important it is to sort of get to know the artist that you're photographing. Oh, I can't say
I know.
that one.
Don't worry. Join the boat. Yeah, photographing.
Photographing, right? And it's so important to understand what they want, say, when you're going to a shoot. Before we jumped on the podcast, we were talking about how you sort of embody a director's vision, and then you also want the artist's vision, how you amalgamate the two.
Yeah.
How tricky is that for you going into a shoot?
It is quite tricky because you have to also be open for changes that you have embedded in your brain.
Right.
So if an artist comes to you, I've got this idea, okay, what is it? Amazing. And then you give suggestions which either are accepted or like will be shaped a bit, which is fine. But you just have to be open for that to happen. But then the artist comes to you because of you and your style. So if it's going to be completely flipped and they want it completely different, then I'll tend to say like, maybe try someone else then. It's not suitable for this kind of you know, or I don't see myself really part of it. But that hardly ever happened because every time an artist comes to me, I'm like, oh my God, this idea is amazing. So
what if someone came to you? That's great that happens. What if someone came to you though, and like you really like the artist, for example, say Sum 41 came to you.
Oh
right?
yeah. Ooh. Hello, Spiky McGee's. Yes. Okay.
And they're like, oh Marieke, we really want to work with you. And then they put like they say this idea to you, like post this idea, and then you hate it.
I'll just pull it and do it. Sum 41. No, I would just have a definitely conversation. Okay, why do you think this is a great idea? And okay, tell me, do you think this links well with the music? Does it reflect well on you, kind of thing? Do you link with it well? I really like, as an interview, I really deep dive into, okay, what are the reasons why you want this idea to happen? And then if it's still like I've made some videos where I think they're really cool concepts and I personally am like I could have done better, or the storyline could have be edited a bit more better or differently, or but then if the artist's like, no, I really love this, I'm like, okay, well, if you love it, as long as I like the work that I'm producing, then I'm fine with it. But if I don't like the work, then I don't. They'll post about. But you can tell when I don't post work, I'm not really into it. Yeah.
Are you proud of every piece of work you've ever created?
Just because it's just me and my camera. Sometimes big production's great, you have an amazing crew, but most of the photo shoots is just me, or video shoots, and just this camera I have. I've upgraded recently, so it's all fine. But but in the meantime, I've just been using my photo camera just because like I can't afford a 5K camera or more. Because all the jobs I do are. They have to go to my rent or my car or a new lens, or so it's so I'm very proud of every single piece of work I've done. Yeah, that's beautiful to hear.
Oh,
thank you.
And you've worked with a really broad range of artists.
Oh my God, yeah. A bit wild. So
I'm gonna name some here, but tell me if there's any that you think I'm missing that you stood out to you. And I want to talk a bit more about the directing the music videos in a sec as well.
Of course, yeah.
But from like Dream Nails, Pixie, Penis, Emile Sande even, which is crazy.
What the hell? So cool.
And you are championing a lot of Northwest artists and Liverpool-based artists, which is class. Lazy Girl, shout out there.
Talent here.
How are you managed to work with these artists and manage that sort of relationship with them, their record labels, their managers? Because there's a lot of things a lot of ideas being thrown at you, and then there's pressure for you to then film, edit.
Color everything, yes.
Color it. That's something that people don't understand. That's actually like.
No, you have to remind them sometimes kindly. Say, okay.
Can you explain what coloring is actually?
Color grading is like where once you've edited it, it's still a clean slate of like, or just you. It's very raw footage basically, and you with the color grading, you basically add layers and layers on top of like definition and color and contrast. Basically, when you edit a photo, but in moving image, and it's I love it, but it's time consuming because you can come with a color grade that you're happy with, you send to a client, like, oh, this is not the vibe that we want, and then you have to start all over again. Or obviously normally with a brief you know what they want, blah blah blah, but sometimes you see, oh, this is sick, and you send it and they're like, oh, can you add more grey? And I'm like, oh, done with the grey. But fine. And then all these little things, but I do love it because it's very therapeutic for me. Right. But that's part of the job that takes most time, that people forget. They think, okay, you can shoot the video and then can we have it by Wednesday? I'm like, no. But sometimes yes. But just because I've got adrenaline, I've got 15 coffees in me and I feel good about this edit.
And you're into the idea, you really enjoyed it.
And then I've shot a last minute music video in April. Like they came to me on the Thursday, we shot on a Saturday. I edited it on the Saturday because they needed it by Tuesday and I was booked for all the other day. So I was sort of forced to do it, but I also was like, this is a music video I want to do and I want to edit now. It was very emotional. It's about Alzheimer's. It was a beautiful piece. And they were happy with it in one go. So it was like, damn, okay, this is great. So sometimes it's beautiful, but sometimes I have to remind my clients it doesn't take a day.
And you work for yourself, don't you? So there's a lot of challenges. Yeah, there's a lot of challenges you face through that. So you're your own boss.
Yes.
You earn time manager.
Yep.
And you pay the work you do, and the consistency of the work is towards, as you said, your bills, your car.
Yeah, the insurance of a kit. Like if that is broken, I can't do work.
You can't do your
so
work.
I have to sometimes break it down in like a quote to my clients. Like this is why this is being covered because of that's why it's a lot of money. People come with budgets, which is obviously understandable.
Yeah.
But sometimes they ask for more than the budget covers.
Right.
So you have to then break it down like, okay, well, we can work with this budget, but then that means we take this off and take this off and take that off.
And how do you learn how to do that?
I've learned a lot by just asking and speaking to friends who do the same job because there's no book about it. No. If you type in Google, you get most American wedding photographers like, oh my God, just send an email. Yeah. And this is not specifically for me.
Articles,
yes, oh my God. I mean, Reddit as well is amazing. Yeah. But so I've got some really close friends that do the same job and we just like help each other out and give advice. So like, okay, I've got this email, like love this client, but how do I respond better by, A, B, Z and can't do the alphabet at the moment, but that kind of vibe. Yeah.
And it's important to sort of be continuously learning on the job, I guess. We're going to touch on the videography in a sec, but I kind of got there.
Sorry, nearly. Yes, I'm proud of you.
But yeah, with this moving from being like a passion for taking photos at 14, you kind of doing a few bits and bobs in college, etc., learning on the job in terms of the actual photo. Like
photography, yes. So I'll fill in.
What's going on? I don't know.
Fine.
And then now to the business side.
I know.
Which is the boring. You don't want to talk. You don't want to think.
No,
about
but it is important because it also reflects how you are. Like I put smiley face in my emails.
Yeah, so do I.
I
noticed that as well.
Yeah, because I'm like, this is how I talk anyway. And I also I'll send an email to. So I've been working with Bill Ryder Jones a lot, which is amazing, and his record label Domino Records. Fantastic. And I'm like, hello, I don't really see at the end of the day, as nicely said, like I don't care who you are, as long as you're nice, then I'm nice, but obviously nice but respectful back, but also like I'm still professional in my email writing, but I'm also making it me, like how I'm talking. I hate the whole hello or to whom this ever it's like, no, this is also when you meet me, it's not who I reflect, and emails are quite a big important part of communication with my work.
It's your first intro to people, isn't it?
Yeah.
As boring as it is, it's true.
Of course, obviously I won't start like, what's up?
What's up? Same, bro.
Can I get like a man? No. No, so I'd be like, hey, Eric, whatever, how's it going? I just want to drop an email, whatever. You just sort of make it still like professional, but still with like a slight chill, like as if we're having a beer at a pub or something.
Cool. It's interesting because people often forget, as much as the creative and the output of your work's insane, and I urge everyone that's listening to go and check out your Instagram as a starting point.
Oh yeah, thank you.
But it is important to note that there's loads of other things that go on behind the scenes.
Oh my God, yeah. What's
the biggest lesson that you've learned in the years you've been working?
As cliche it may sound, but really be yourself.
Right.
Really, and really try just as hard as it is, and you'll probably hear it all the time, but try not to compare. It's literally that is it. You have to really, because people will eventually, you can sometimes take a bit of shit pictures, but if you're a nice person, they want to work with you, and if you deliver the stuff that they ask for, great.
Yeah.
If you're a bit iffy, icky, then good luck getting another job with the same client kind of thing. You have to really showcase that you love your job, that you enjoyed this task that they've given you, that you can deliver with what they've asked for. And if you're a really nice person, that really helps. I'm not saying I'm really nice, but like the point is that you have to be yourself.
You are allowed to say that you are really nice.
I'm very nice. No, but it's very important. Obviously, I have my bad days, but then I just don't reply to emails because when I'm pissed off,
super important. That's a really important thing to know.
Don't respond when you have a shit day.
Oh my god, I've made that mistake.
Or just say like, right, it can. And
then
then
I'm
you
like,
next
what the hell,
morning, I'm
I
like,
didn't mean
oh
that.
no, exactly, I take it back.
I know, yeah.
So I always like, if I get an email that I'm not 100% agreeing with, or I have to respond with a response, then I'll take a minute or a day or two, and then,
Got you.
reply. Yeah.
Next tune, Marieke.
Yes.
So Slowy.
Yes.
Hey Stella. Honey Blood. Why is this one? Why have you picked this one?
I mean, Honey Blood and I met 2015, and we just hit it off after photographing her show, and she loved the picture that I took of her because she loved.
Okay, I want to talk about something which has happened recently in your career. You owned a studio.
Yes.
Own still?
I still own, but it's sadly come to an end.
Creative Street Studio.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been awesome. I've always wanted to run or own my own photo studio. That was always been a cool bonus in my head. Like, one day, that would be so cool. And then the city of Liverpool, literally, because of the opportunities I've received after working with so many bands, like, damn, I need an own space to bring these clients in. It would be so great for them to feel comfortable. I can feel really myself in this work environment. And then I thought, but I would love it for other people to use it. And I noticed we got some amazing photo studios here, like really good. I thought, but I want to do something. I want to try it my own, which I did, and it was awesome. And but that's just part of the end of it, really. I after 2 years, I thought, you know what, that's enough. I think, because it's a lot of work. You have to keep up with the bookings and the website and the costs and the cleaning and the products and the insurance and making sure that everyone's happy and then cleaning up after the client.
Health and safety.
Oh my god, yeah. So it's a lot, and I'm also hardly there anyway. I'm more out and about. So as much as I want to keep doing it,
you don't see that as a setback?
Oh no.
If anything, a new opportunity.
No, new opportunities. Yeah. I don't see this at all. I think it's an amazing achievement and accomplishment, and I feel really proud of it. And like, it's a cool thing I've started. I'm just I feel like that's just, maybe I can get it back again one day, because I'm not gonna like end the business name or anything. Yeah. But because we've got some really cool T-shirts right now, and like tote bags, and don't want to get rid of those. But the branding is cool. But it's just part of that sort of chapter that I'm happy to close.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good for you, and that's such a positive outlook.
Yeah.
And it can be negative when things like that happen.
Yeah, I mean, lots of things are changing, and I'm nearing. So I feel like
we're not talking numbers. We're not talking.
But it's like, I feel like this is a nice sort of year of change, and I felt like this was I felt it kept me stuck, basically, that feeling of I have to be here in order for it to run, but I do want to be there, and I want to be here, and I want to be more available for customers and clients, and I've noticed lots of people don't have money at the moment. Obviously, it's so expensive, so the last thing they want to do is pay £200 for a studio hire, which I totally get. So yeah,
you're changing with the times, and you're also putting yourself first, which isn't always easy when you've got a business.
It felt a bit like letting people down. I'm like, wait a bloody second here. Like, it's fine, people can survive, and there are other amazing studios out there, and not everyone wants to use a studio. No, it's fine. But we had the most amazing artists walk through that door. So we had like the Mysteries, and who else? Like, you have Penis as well. Lots of amazing local talent, like Red Rum Club and all that jazz came in, and Lazy Girl and Tonya. So we had some iconic artists walk through that door, and I'm incredibly proud. Yeah.
Good for you. That's it. That's the attitude that you should have, and that some people struggle to be able to have. But
it's hard to do, though. Yeah, not gonna lie.
It's a brave step, isn't it?
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like
weight lifted off your shoulders.
Yes, I can box everyone now. Yeah.
Cool.
Only obviously violence is not the key, but yeah.
Right, next tune. This is such a good tune. Fuse.
Yes.
Spelled Fews.
Yeah, they're a Swedish band, and met them at Green Man 2015, my first year at Green Man. Fred, the singer, amazing fella, he pulled me on stage, and that was like the start of our friendship, and they're just sick. They just deserve more airtime. Oh, good, right?
Unreal.
Imagine that on the big stage and your just head's like, so
yeah. I'm
so
all
good.
for like monotonous bass lines, you know, just like elongating the song for another minute at least, just because of
but
you want to.
And their stage performance is mad. Like some of my favorite live shots is from that band because they're just like flipping the guitars and Fred's eyes go wacka wacka doo 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 like anywhere. I don't know, but they just go anywhere and I love it.
You mentioned Green Man.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What's that gig been saying? Because what's this, your 5th year? Is it?
No, it's nearly my 8th year.
8th year, wow.
Yeah, so so cool. At 21, 2015, I was asked to be part of the photo team. Absolutely loved it. It was first proper festival gig, and I fell in love with it. And then somehow 2 years later or a year later, I got approached to pitch to be the head of the team.
Wow.
I was like, because I definitely messaged them, like, do you need someone to lead it? You know, because I know the festival.
It's just the email coming back in.
Yeah, it's like email,
smiley
literally,
face?
smiley face. And then they changed like marketing guy or something. And Adam, now I work with, he messaged me like, do you want to pitch for this position? I'm like, hell freaking yeah, I want to do that. And then I got it. And then we just started planning. Wow. And then that was 2017 or 18 or something like that. And it grew from there, and I just love it. It's just, I don't do any festivals. That's the one. Yeah, I love it.
I've still never been, and it's on my list because last year's lineup, this year's lineup's not as amazing as last year's, in my opinion, but there's still so many bands on there
my God,
that I want to see.
I mean, they have to listen to a lot of bands, and but they give so many amazing opportunities for new bands.
That's what I like the most.
It's so good. I met so many artists that I've worked with, like Fuse and Billy Martin, Fen Lilly, and so many other amazing artists where they've
shot up from that festival.
Yeah, like Prima Queen as well. Met them properly because Dan, who did the booking there, manages them, and it's so good. It's just a whole like cuddly festival with amazing people.
Is it hard work being the head of photography?
Yes, it is. But it's I don't know why I went American, but
it's been creeping in a couple of times. I'll tell you.
Like I've never been to the south part of America.
Is it the self-professed trucker vibe upstairs?
Maybe it's I've been told, but maybe it's like if you're bilingual, you just catch it.
Is it?
It's like the accent sometimes creeps in. Like if I'm in Scotland a lot, I'll see you. And then if I'm somewhere in Holland, I'm like really Dutch and like, it's so exhausting, but it's fun. But never been to like Midwest America, so we'll see. But yeah, no, it's what was it?
Hard work.
It's a hard work. Well, it's just schedules. You need to make sure every photographer is happy, and you need to make sure that the photographers take the picture as well as me, and I have to edit it for press tent, send it to Adam who posts it. It's like a constant for 4 or 5 days. It's 24/7.
Wow.
And before as well, I have to prep, schedule, make sure everyone is ready to
on
go.
top of your day job.
Yes.
Which is your day job in too.
It is, yeah. No, that week in August, I always take off to just focus. Like I said to you guys, no, this is my week. Did you hear my elbow?
I did hear that. That was a good clip.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's hard work. Yes. Yeah.
And do you think, as anyone that is a freelance photographer, videographer, I said both of them right then.
Yes, I've got slowly getting there.
That hard work's an essential part of your role. Do you think you can make it without the hard work?
Well, if you're a Nepo baby, for sure. Right. But if you're not, like myself... a
Nepo baby is...
Like, if nepotism. Your dad... Yeah, nepotism. If your parents are very lucky in the industry and you can just swoop in.
Right.
But I can't just swoop in. So I need to work my little butt off to make sure where I want to be. And I've had some shit, lots of doors slammed in my face, but that's just part of it. And it actually makes it more fun because I'm not, like, if someone tells me no, I want to do it more.
Yeah.
I've always been that, like, my parents know very well. If they say, Marieke, don't do it, I'm like, press that red button you say? Yes, okay. So I'm that kind of person. So it really actually helped me to work harder when I get a no, really.
That's sick. That's
the attitude you need to have.
That is the attitude you need to have.
Yeah.
This last topic before we wrap things up.
Oh yes.
We spoke about it outside, and this is. I just want to look to the future. You said where you want to be, and this is something that might change your landscape.
Yes.
Is the artificial intelligence topic you were talking to me about?
Yes, AI.
Yeah.
Yes.
How's that changing? Quickly, just your quick take on it.
Yeah, quick take. It's really good for certain like editing aspects of. When a client comes to you and say, okay, actually, can you remove that dragon in the background? Like, yeah, no problem. But it used to be like, oh, dear God, I'm going to move this very thin line detail, but I'm just slightly worried that clients now expect it to be really fast and really quick and everything to be there, and then the talent or the creation will be lost. That's the only slight touch, but it does help. Say if you want to put a photo, like a storyboard together, you can just type in AI, right, okay, Michael Jackson on a horse in freaking, whatever, and then it will give you that and say that's the storyline. Obviously, RIP. But the whole point is like it will help us definitely with creatives to create something to give to a client, as in like this could look like this, but don't expect AI to be the final result of product. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. That's really interesting, and I'm keen to see how it'll change, but I'm also a bit skeptical.
Yeah, I'm glad you are, because I really want to be, because I don't think. Because
you said you couldn't tell the difference between what was real and what wasn't.
Yeah, so I had to do a recent edit on a photo where I have to remove buildings from a shot, and then the picture obviously looked completely different, and I was like, oh, this is scary, because it just looks like a field somewhere. I don't know. It's this non-existent field, but it looks real. And that just freaked me out a teensy bit. Yeah. But it also, the client was happy. So win-win, I guess, because still my photo, but then I felt a bit disconnected with it because it's not my photo really anymore. Yeah. Still own the copyright, by the way. But it's still like, no, it's not, yeah. Yeah. It's it's a mixed feelings situation.
Yeah. Okay, before we wrap up, last song.
Parcels. Yeah.
Why'd you pick this one? This is a tune,
It's such a tune. It's a band I recently discovered with a label I spoke with recently, and they said, check them out. So I saw them in Manchester, and they just blew me away with their music. And I just loved they just gave me tons of more inspiration of like that kind of music, not necessarily specifically them, but as well as like Oracle Sisters and Benny Sings and all this kind of funky Bee Gee influenced music or like the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's giving me colours, it's giving me vibrancy, it's giving me motivation to create new work.
Wicked.
And it's this song makes me very happy.
I absolutely love that song.
Oh, I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Just such groovy.
It's just groovy, and just see them just flipping their hairs, bouncing back and forth. It's amazing.
Marieke, thank you so much for coming on Foot in the Door.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's been really, really lovely to speak to you, and you're such a talented person.
Oh, Joe, thank you.
So I got your present.
Do you?
I got your present, yeah. And I'm actually so hyped that you said you love the Golden Hour.
I do.
So check that. It's a little something just to say thank you for coming on the show.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, that's a cute. Oh, yeah.
Be on it.
See it.
Yeah.
You know what? This is so me. You have no idea.
Oh, well, I'm glad. I was completely guessing.
It's giving me granny 70s kitchen in a farm.
That's what I was going for.
This is me. Oh my God. You know what? I'm going to try to do this forever and put this in my kitchen. Seriously, this goes with my crescent moon as well. But seriously, I'm such a hippie.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, thank you.
No problem. No worries at all. Yeah, thank you so much for coming on the show. And is there anything that you would like to say to people, how to catch you, how to find out more about you?
Yeah, you can head over to my Instagram at Marieke Macklon, but feel free if you're a young photographer, videographer, just to ask questions. Don't be afraid to reach out to other people that you feel inspired by. We're always, at least I am always open to talk about it, and if any questions. But yeah, if you want to hire me. If you don't, just sit back and relax and enjoy the ride.
I love that. Marieke, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Joe.
Catch you later.
See you later.
If you have enjoyed today's show, you can catch more from Foot in the Door on the Melodic Distraction website, via the Foot in the Door YouTube channel, and also in podcast form on Spotify. Until next time, keep stepping. This has been Foot in the Door.